Thank you for joining us on this Monday, and we are just so thankful for God's goodness to us. We're beginning our new ministry year and had a wonderful time yesterday in just laying out our new theme. Our new theme is vibrant, the matter of having spiritual life on a regular basis, and God wants us to have that. And of course, that's the best way to stay encouraged. Well, today I'd like to look at just one verse, verse 1 of chapter 13 of the book of Hebrews. It says simply, "Let brotherly love continue." Now, if you take the context, you look back, and you have the exposition on what God did at Mount Sinai and how we are to fully understand the truth. And then the last verse of chapter 12 is, "For our God is a consuming fire," and it goes right into "let brotherly love continue." As you know, these chapters did not exist, and this was one manuscript. And so based upon what Christ has done, based upon how we need to walk in victory, we need to let brotherly love continue. That needs to be a mark of our Christian life. In fact, it's interesting, it goes on to say in verse 2, "Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. And then remember those that are in bonds." And so we have examples here of how we are to be living with others in mind, those that we need to show hospitality to, those who are going through tribulation. And as a church, we are to meet the needs of one another. One of the most discouraging positions to be in is to be all boxed up and worrying about yourself rather than truly giving of yourself to others. There's a freedom that comes. We've often mentioned it, but this is just another perspective that I think is very helpful. Just like we are to be continuing in an abiding state of dependence upon the Lord and should be having thanksgiving all of the time, praying without ceasing. Well, you could add to the list having brotherly love. We are to have a genuine concern for one another, and this is a wonderful term that just speaks of the care that we should have for one another as people that we know and do care about. For each of us, when someone shows the love of God to us, it does mean a lot. We can have a very stable situation, but still when someone's gracious and kind and does something for us, it is an encouragement. But you know who the person who is the most encouraged? It's the person that follows the Spirit of God to do that. And if you continually are looking for how you can be a blessing, I promise you, most of the time, you're going to be continually encouraged because you're out of your concerns, your anxiety, wanting your way, wanting things to occur that will mean something to you. Now, obviously, we have to be involved in a lot of things that further what we're doing. But if that's our motive, we're going to be in trouble with self. And self always brings eventual discouragement. And so this simple little verse, 4 words, you can memorize it. Let brotherly love continue. Let it be an ongoing, abiding reality in your life. And I promise you, then encouragement will continue.